Hello, I'm Neil Brzaitis, Senior Managing Director with Newmark Knight Frank in Philadelphia, and today we're interviewing Ryan Simonetti, CEO of Convene.
Ryan Simonetti, co-founder, CEO of Convene. Convene is set out to change fundamentally the way that people meet and work by partnering with the world's largest landlords to design, build, and operate a premium network of meeting and event facilities, flexible workspaces, hospitality amenities, all powered by a proprietary mobile technology platform. It was at Villanova where I got a chance to meet my now business partner, Chris Kelly. Actually as part of pledging a fraternity at Villanova SIGEP, which our boy Neil over here was a part of as well. And Villanova, I think for me, was just an amazing life experience. I grew up in a very blue collar, middle class town. Nobody in my family ever went to college. And I think if there's one thing I got out of the Villanova experience was my eyes being open to a world that existed outside of the one that I grew up in. One that was socioeconomically diverse, one that was global. I hadn't been on an airplane until I was, I think, 17 years old. And then having a chance to go to Villanova and then study abroad, you find out that the world's a lot bigger than Hillsborough, New Jersey. Chris and my relationship, we were probably the two kids at Villanova that didn't have our parents' credit cards. And so we formed a natural bond around that, and we both were really interested in business. And so each of us together, we had a bunch of little startup companies at Villanova, hustling used textbooks, selling spring break trips, running some really great bus ticket parties into Philadelphia. And I'd say our entrepreneurial roots probably started long before then, but we really created a relationship around entrepreneurship. And we always made a promise that if either one of us came up with a great idea, at some point it'd be great to do something together after we graduated. When I graduated, as you mentioned, I went to Lehman Brothers in their global real estate group, worked within their structured products business. So things like CMBS and those nasty CDO things, those are all things that we were doing at Lehman. Amazing experience, typical analyst experience, working a lot of hours grinding it out, but learned a ton and really developed a passion for real estate. I always had a passion for business, but didn't really have a passion for real estate until my time at Lehman. And I really fell in love with the asset class, and I fell in love with the industry while I was there. After about 12 months, I got promoted and then took a job at Gramercy Capital, which at the time was still a private company backed by SL Green, the large office landlord. And the business model was really to be a debt and equity investor, kind of capital structure agnostic and asset class agnostic. The one thing was we typically either lent or invested into a story. And so you spent from 2006 through 2009 there. Had a great run. I think when I started, I was the 6th or 7th employee there. We went from, I think, a 300 million asset business to, I think, almost 8 billion when it was all said and done. It was amazing to be in that type of high growth environment at the industry at that peak, and then also seeing the correction. And I went from running an investments team to actually helping start our special situation and workout business, our special servicing group. And really got a doctorate, I think, in business and also human behavior. Seeing how people behave in desperate times, I think, tells you a lot about people and motivations. And I really, that's something that I've carried with me throughout my career and took some of those lessons even into the founding of Convene. It just so happened while I was at Gramercy that I spent a lot of time investing in office buildings and hotels. And this is when I came up with the idea for Convene, which said, what if you ran an office building more like a hotel? A space from a design, from a human experience perspective. What if you thought about what technology would mean in that environment? And so came up with the idea in 2008, actually launched the business in 2009. And it was during 2009, as I was going through finishing the fundraising and about to launch the business, that I called Chris and said, hey, I got a great idea. And it just so happened that he was going to be in New York for a couple weeks with his now wife. They had a business that they had started that allowed them to work kind of from anywhere. And he was going to be there for a few weeks. And he said, sure, I'll help you out for a couple weeks while I'm in town. And he never left. And so, we launched in 2009. And, I like to say we're a 9-year-old startup still. but it's been a pretty amazing run.